What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel and to my Team of the Week prediction series. Pretty self-explanatory just from the title alone, really. But this is just essentially a FUT video consisting of mainly an explanation of what's to come for FIFA 21 Ultimate Team, which players I'd expect to see get informed in his Team of the Week squads, considering their most recent form of course, and then obviously just an overall briefing on the next promos for the game and content for the channel and videos coming in the near future. And so just before we get into all that, make sure to subscribe to the channel as always with your notifications on if you haven't already. Because it's free and very important to helping me out and the channel a hell of a lot, and in doing so I will be keeping you guys up to date with the latest and greatest FIFA news and content as we head on into the upcoming season. And just a little heads up for today's video and for this squad overall this week, it's the international break, and so as most people will already know, the squad will be based around those international games that have taken place over the last week or so. But anyways, with that all out the way, we will get on with the actual predictions now, and the cards will show on screen, starting with the few bench players now as per. This week in Sehic, the Bosnian shot stopper, as you can see there. Nothing too special I'd say, but he definitely deserves to be in the team considering his performance. Skov, very similarly, as a left wing back there as you can see. Baumgartlinger, I don't know how to say his name, and then Edwards, the Welshman, on the right there as you can see. And Skov being the focal point here for Denmark, of course, as he did actually bag himself a goal. As we move on to the other three on the bench for this video, having settled for Sigurdsson of Everton, and of course of Iceland as well. And then Isaka, the Japanese forward as you can see, and El Shaarawy, the Italian captain of the break at least, with his friendly feat against Moldova, sinking them like 6-0 or something. And the Italian winger did obviously grab himself too. And summing up the bench as we get on to the starting 11 finally, starting with the keeper slot first in, as always, in Rui Patricio, a very good keeper, very solid. He's been around for quite some time and now he's at Wolves. He's obviously back to just top form and starting for his club as per. The Wolves number one, you know, just keeping the clean sheets and overall been very reliable as per. But one thing I will disclaim about this week and this sort of position, being that the goalkeepers this week have been very scarce, I have to say. Not many outstanding performances overall this time around. And as we move on to the defence, just in front, in Bensibeni of Algeria, Sergio Ramos next to him, and Willy Orban. He obviously plays for Leipzig and of Hungary, but we will focus on Ramos as he did keep a clean sheet in their brawl with Switzerland for his side, and of course he's a very good player, a very common goal scorer for his sides, whether it be Real Madrid or Spain. He's just very good in the air with his feet. One of the best centre-backs that I've ever seen personally, and probably for a lot of yous as well. Bensibeni, he did get a pretty early winner against Nigeria for his 6-minute winner, and then Orban also managing to keep a clean sheet as well as a top performer against Serbia themselves. And as we move on to the midfield, as usually the most jam-packed area of the squad each week, some very meta players, often quite expensive, but it's usually just like the best set of players, and I have to agree it probably is this week as well, with the midfielders as I'm leading up to it in Goretzka, a very good player, with his match-winning goal, be it a pretty accidental header into the back of the net, but a goal nonetheless, and a man-of-match performance to go with that. As with Mount as well, getting the same after a pretty slow start for the Englishman, turning it around into a great performance I'd say in the second half, and a heavily deflected goal for England, with him taking a shot just at the edge of the box, managing to loop it over the keeper. Of course, a lot of good luck to get it past Mignolet, but overall for England to beat Belgium 2-1 is a pretty good milestone for any team, especially England, with how I wasn't that impressed with their performance. We'd still managed to get the win, and Mount got the winner. He got the man of the match, so for me I think he kind of does have a right to be in this team. But of course you could also give it to Trippier, who was one of the top performers in that game, or maybe just to a different match where maybe somebody scored more or assisted more, or just had a consistently good game rather than just a better second half than the first. Martin Odegaard next to him with a pretty solid performance himself, and even despite that, a few of you might be really confused as to why he will definitely get Team of the Week over Haaland. And for anyone who isn't aware of how FUT really works, or at least specifically with EA and their Team of the Weeks, Haaland was and still is the current striker in the Team of the Week 2 squad. And so it's pretty clear that EA don't allow people to reappear consecutively in these Team of the Weeks, even if players such as Haaland this time around did manage to get a hat-trick for himself and for his country, still not going to appear. And also the ones to watch hype should probably give Odegaard the tip, in that he probably will end up getting the squad. And I've invested in a couple of Odegaards myself as a player who, even just his normal card as it is, I really like that player. He's very skillful. Got a dead eye on him. Probably could go with like a finisher or something for the plus 15 on his finishing because he really needs it. But less about the player, more about, you know, the card that will actually come out. Maybe some investments you can make in all these players. Maybe it's a bit too late now, but if you stick around the channel throughout the weeks, I will be making this sort of content, predictions videos, road to glories, player reviews. Of course, you already know all that. Anyways, as we go on to the last player for this midfield, and, you know, a pretty solid player in MILINKOVIC-SAVIC, the Serbian international and Lazio powerhouse, with yet another top performance. As we lead on to the attackers as the final section for this squad, in Luis Muriel, I believe his name is, as the left wing. Interestingly enough, he's usually a striker, but, you know, it should be a pretty sweaty card, I imagine. The target man, Zahavi of Israel, and Roberto Firmino for Brazil. As the centre forward bagged a brace, having Brazil just stroll past Bolivia 5-0, no stress. And overall, that does pretty much sum up the squad for me. So just before I sign off, I do want to mention again that if you do have any series ideas, as I say this every video, because, you know, I want to get you guys feedback and whatnot. If you do have any series ideas in mind, make sure to let me know in the comment section down below if you want me to give it a go. And also, don't forget that my Road to Glory is out, and I will be frequently uploading that series on the channel. So make sure to show your support over there if you do enjoy it. And as always, if you did enjoy this video, you know what to do. Smash that subscribe button with your notifications on to never miss a video. So roll on the rest of FIFA 21 with all this hype. And yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Peace.